You took the one thing Mr. Serene needed to survive, Dr. Amaral. That made you priority one.
Yeah, they made that clear. Monarch lined every escape route with barricades, roadblocks. I had to get to the mainland, but I couldn't do it by car. Needed a new plan.
All right, let's go.
Beth, I think I'm gonna need a ride. The streets are too hot.
All right, where do you want me?
I'll let you know as soon as I find some higher ground and get a good look at the situation on the bridge. I think it might be a no-go.
Alright. Mut hei! Eikö vaan tervetuloa teille kaikille tänne taas Quantum Breakin pariin. Pitkästä aikaa. Ja Jonhuli täällä. Joo. Niitä on hetki aikaa, kun mä oon tehnyt ihan videota tallentamalla. Enemmän ollut noita striimaus-highlightteja. Joten tää on vähän ehkä, tuntuu vähän oudolta näin pitkään ajan jälkeen palata taas videonautuksen pariin. Mutta tässä sitä ollaan ja ajattelin, että jatketaan nyt tää Quantum Breakia, koska siitä on hyvin monta valovuotta, kun tätä on pelattu. Ja joo, jatketaan tätä ja mä en päälle tätä nyt hirveän pitkään enää jatku. Mä en hirveästi muista, mitä viimeksi tehtiin, mutta Tohtori Amaral taettiin pelastaa ja joo. Ja hänet vietiin jonnekin ja mä yhtään mitään muista nappeja. Okei, tosta saa pitää tommosen shieldi. Tosta sai tommosen. Tosta sai tommosen. Okei, shiftia teki noin. Täällä voipi räjäytetä asioita. Okei. Mikäs? Veestä saapi Time Visionin. Okei. Jep. Noniin, eiköhän se siitä. Go to bed and Sofia. Selvä. Eiköhän se siitä taas ala muistumaan mieleen, miten tää peli toimii. Onpa siinä söpöpiirustus. Onko täällä kronoon partikkeleja? On siellä katolla ainakin. Tuonne varmaan pitää mennä. Vai? Ei kun tonne.
I don't know. Maybe you could sneak across?
Well, maybe.
Or I could pick you up. Let me know. I'm pretty exposed out here, so try to make it fast.
I'll be a lot better when you get me on that boat. Monarch's right on my ass. I'm not exactly making friends out here. How's Dr. Amaral?
Still kicking and screaming. How long do you need to get here?
Ei oo yllätys.
Let me check.
Siellä näkyy... Siellä näkyy Giant Lobster! Holy shit. Siellä on Monarchin tuo päämaja ja...
Better get inside before the chopper spots me.
Eikö sitten vaan ottua tämä?
Paul.
Niin.
What the actual fuck?
Sanoppa muuta, Jacki. Mitä aktuaalista Wimbunderusta? Mulla ei ole aseita yhtään matkassa vai?
Yeah, just looking for a viewpoint.
Tää on ikävää, jos joutuu kovaankin tappeluun. Jahams. Skipped frames? What the hell? Ei voi olla. Hiljaa OBS. Täällä mitään frameja skippailla.
So, we don't know where he is. We can't find him. So we need to look into a replacement.
Night Springs. Hello.
ponies are made of butter in Night Springs.
There is all of those lots of the Kratsu things happening in Gitu of Niget Springs.
Thank you.
All ponies are made of butter in Night Springs. We know the old dance
March?
of the fortunate and the destitute. The haves and the have-nots. Those who dine at the table and those who starve in the street. But the tables can be but the tables can be turned. The gluttonous consumer may find himself the consumable resource. Do that again. And yet, that is the fate that awaits you in Night Fringe.
It's Night Springs.
Night Cringe.
Springs.
Bright Blings.
Night Springs.
Fright. Whinge.
No!
Jesus.
We know the old dance. The fortunate and the destitute.
Liekö itse Sam leikki kuuntelemassa tuolla
Those who dine at the table and those who starve in the street.
äänitysstudion lasin toisella puolella.
The consumer may find himself the consumable resource in Night Springs.
Amazing.
Right things.
Night Springs. Jack Joyce on kyllä ällikällyt, että mitä vittua mä just oikein katoin. Nuo grafiikat olivat ylivertaiset. Mitä tämä on? Ei minun maailmani noin hyvältä näytä. Yes.
Still have no visual on Joyce or Wilder. Doing another sweep.
Oh no.
I can't stay here long, Jack. You're gonna need to be quick.
Pitääkö meidän päästä ton Britke yli vai?
Bad news?
Reoccurring theme of the night. I'm looking at the bridge right now. If I go anywhere near that thing, there's gonna be innocent people caught in the crossfire.
All right. Any bright
Thanks for your
ideas?
patience, folks. We'll have you on your way again soon.
Not really.
Let me see. There's a pier under the bridge. You should be able to meet me there with the boat. Giant gas sign out front. Can't miss it.
It's nice and bright for Monarch to see.
There's not a lot of options. Switching to Monarch frequencies. Be in touch soon.
All right, I'll be there in a few minutes. Don't stand me up.
Don't stand me up.
Okay, how are we getting down there? Where's the fire pole?
Stand by me.
For those of you
Stand
just tuning
by
in,
me.
the hunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce, the suspect in last night's university terror attack. Joyce may also have been
Yes.
involved in a firefight at the Monarch Mansion on Gull Island approximately 30 minutes ago. On the line, we have Ken Bukowski, a bridge operator for the Port Donnelly Bridge. Ken, what can you tell us about the situation out there?
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my little guy. Hey, Ben, hope you're listening.
Isn't it past his bedtime?
He'll be up reading those Hunger Games books if I know him. But,
Hunger Games. Onko se joku ruokaohjelma? What the heck? Kaikki ne keksi.
it's all very well organized. I got a nice young...
Very well organized indeed. But sorry, I'm not that interested. I'm very sorry. Oh no. Onneksi ei ole tiedetty ole mitään. No tässä voi olla, että mä oon ehkä pikkaten ruostassa tämän pelin kanssa. Että miten tää nyt toimi. Pahoittelen sitä jo etukäteen, jos näin tulee käymään.
Damn it. Better hurry.
Get to the pier! Oh no. Ja maailma taas hidastuu. Pian koko maailmamme pysähtyy. Potkaise se. Oi, nois. Mä haluaisin päästä tonne, mistä tuo lobsteria. Hummeri. Nope. Minulle ei ole raportoitavaa. Komissaario, hyvä. Onko täällä mitään? Ei. Tiipedään.
Somebody's sneaking around down there. Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
Voi goddammit. Oh man. Okei, mitenkäs tää toimi? Täältä vaihtaa näitä. Tää ei oo padoksia. Fight päästö Monarch. Okei. Eikä tällä jos paido pitkään, niin sai tuon. Riittääkö tuo? Ilmeisesti. Tolla on ehkä tuo. No niin, just tuo puku. Pitää mennä automaattisesti suojaan, selvä. Mikäs pysty siinä on? Minkä kanssa se vaihtaa? Pissanka. Ja alkaa taas pyörimään. Wup, wup. Tekikö tämä? Niin tää vaan teki tän joo. Toi vaan kohti jäi. Noin tän shieldi. Oh. Bro. Tactical SMG ehkä tarvii. Vaihtaako tänkaan vai? Okei. Kuolikin sitten siihen. Ei näy kronooneita. Fight past Monarch. Kyllä ehkä vielä joku löytyy. Kyllä vain. Jep, sitä minäkin. Wow. On tässä shoulder swappi. Wow. Tämä piti hieno volt.
My plan to meet Beth went out the window as soon as the stutter hit.
Her boat couldn't get to you.
No, but it gave me an opportunity to climb up on the bridge and cross it. Slip right past Monarch, more or less undetected.
Ei me tiedä, niin, no undetected periaatteessa, mutta niin, riippuu mistä katsotaan. Jees. Hei hätä, eiköhän tää pysy se aikaa, et... Löydoi keretään tuonne pieriin. Saaks tää auki? Niinpä tietenkin. Eiku, saapi. Kiitos baasis yli. Okay. Siellä on grown own. And grown own. Gimme. Thank you. Ei tässä oli manuaalihyppy. Hyvä tietää. Tässä nimittäin varmaan menee tää pelisessio tuossa opetellessa tää peli. Microsoft Lumia 950 bit Windows 10. Ei tainnut Lumiat nyt hirveän isoon suosioon nousta. niitten tullessa.
The scene on the bridge was unreal. They weren't cops. They had no authority to do this. But the Monarch PR machine had done its job. Here they were, the heroes protecting everybody.
And you were the terrorist.
Yeah.
Ja meikä vaikuttaa niinku tää osoittaisi mua, että hei, oot sä nähnyt tää tyyppi? No ei. En todellakaan ole. Ja eikö Microsoft-lumiot ollut Nokia-lumioita yhteen aikaan? No niinpä tietenkin. Saisin mä ottaa kuvan sun kanssa? Poliisi tai Monarchin henkilökunta. Fiona Milleri. Have you seen these two? Charlie Wincott and Fiona Miller. Sought in connection with recent terror events. Do not approach. Please contact Monarch Solutions with any information as to their whereabouts. Niinpä, ootte laittanut ton häkkerityypin tohon. For further instructions and coffee. Ui, nyt ei voi olla pahoja tyyppejä näin kahvia tarjoa. Coffee Tray Guard. Hieno työ olisi. Pitää huolta kukaan ei ota kahveja tosta noin vaan. Monarch Field Orders Update Martin Hats. Field Orders Update Martin Hats. All field operatives be advised that Martin Hats is now considered a compromised asset. All orders and instructions from him, new or existing, have been rendered invalid and have been countermanded. Please contact your supervisor for further information as required. Hatch is responsible for the destruction of vital medical supplies involved in the deaths of numerous Monarch personnel and may be collaborating with Jack Joyce. The investigation is ongoing, but Martin Hatch is to be detained with maximum force if encountered. If he cannot be captured, he should be considered a priority target who should under no circumstances be allowed to escape. Take no chances. He is considered to be extremely dangerous. Yeah, you are right about that. Yellow crown out. Enpä hyppää tompaa. Ai! Ei hemmetti, mä en voi kaataa tota. Olla ilkeä kaata kahvit maahan. Täällä ei oo mitään. No, kyllä välillä overloadaa tuota. No, toivon mukaan se ei oo liian paha. Onko se taas se robottikaveri? Kyllä vain. Voima on kaverilla. Boss fight. Sulla oli muistakin takana joku juttu, minkä pystyi ampumaan. Jep. Riittikö? Eikä ihan vielä. Sambaru koski. Kuoliko? Ei. Nyt loppu panokset siitä. Tässä on loputtomat. Ai, Sambrukkoski. Miten sä kävit kääntynyt äkkiä? Osuuko se tosta? Niitä suojaa siinä. Okei, mä saat tosta ammuttu. Jaiks. Jaa, mä voin tuota katsoa tuo ilmeisesti. Kiva. Jättääks tää ei? Mä en nimittäin muista ihan täysin miten toimii nää jutut. Ai. Okei. Osuuko? Riittikö?
Okay.
Riitti hyvä.
Okay, good. That's good. Just gotta make it across this damn bridge and I'll be clear.
Siitä sait. Ai, niin sitä ei voi liikuttaa. Teitä voi. No, mä vien tietysti Britke yli. Wow! Eiku ai niin kun ne menee samaan paikkaan, totta joo. Totta joo. Yeah, there on semi-auto shotgun. Okei, tuottaa tohon se. Mistä siellä haluat minun menevä? Tuolta. Ja siinä on ollut panoksi. No, onpa nyt tää on. Violators will be punished. Korkealle mennään. Nämä efektit tässä on kyllä tuolla hienoja. Ei siinä. Mitäs tässä tulee tapahtua? Miksei noussut? Miksi kukaan ei nostanut Britkeä? Missä me ollaan? Sehän meni siitä läpi kuin voi veitsee. Oh. Well, that's nice. Eikö sun kanssa liikkuu eikä jää tuolla siihen?
Oh no. This is so bad.
I knew I'd be dead if the stutter collapsed while I was in the frozen crash. I had to reach solid ground, and the deck of the cargo ship was my best bet. Just had to find a way down.
Mä oon ehkä kustot täällä. Voi ehkä pitäis olla täällä, mutta Niin. Niin, sitä minäkin. Ei mun ehkä pitänyt olla tuolla. Jep. Muistin vasta tässä se, että aina mä voin tän näin. Whoop. Whoop. Ja junakin taitaa tulla, kun kuuluu. Tuo ääni.
Now what?
Mä hidastaa näitä. Okei, nyt siitä. Ui. Hyvä.
Frozen crash was a mess. Somehow I had to find my way across. Hope for the best.
Onks tää nyt tuo only-appi? Only up, mutta time stopping abilities. Pääsikö tästä ylös? Ei. Tästä ei pääse. Niin, tässä on tämä rewind. Rewind-kyky.
I kept heading downwards, towards the cargo ship.
Onks tässä jotain on? Dodi!
The route down wasn't exactly user-friendly.
Milloinka saadaan Remelyltä platformeri?
Timelines getting scrambled. Caught in violent loops, off sync. Crashing into each other. This was what the end time would look like. Everything was broken. In chaos. Frozen.
Tää mun jotenkin yrittää tasapainotella tässä.
Come on.
Wii. Nyt on sinemaattista.
Fracture was escalating. Objects were moving out of time, out of order, entire timelines overlapping. And it was gonna get worse, unless we could stop it.
You don't understand the power you're wielding. You need to hand this technology over to Monarch. I've prepared for what happens next.
You say you're prepared, but no part of this plan of yours involves stopping it from happening.
Even if I fix William's machine, what could you possibly hope to achieve? The end of time is coming. There's no way to—
Hey! This isn't a debate. I just watched a ship fast forward through a fucking bridge. Time is running out, and the fracture's getting worse by the minute.
And it cannot be stopped. Paul has been to the end of time. He's witnessed it firsthand. Can't you see? We prepared for what's next out of necessity.
Your research is based on work by William Joyce. You respected him. He knew that the fracture would occur, but he also knew that it could be fixed. Will built a way to stop the fracture. This. The countermeasure. We're traveling to the past to retrieve it. You can help us get there faster. Or you can agree to disagree.
Eikä se on meidän suunnitelma. Mennä takas menneisyyteen ja avaat se countermeasure ennen kuin se häviää.
I can't promise anything before that.
Amy, take Amaral to the machine. Keep an eye on her.
Sure thing. Okay, Doctor, let's go. And I can see right through you. Don't try anything stupid. You will regret it.
Yrittää esittää kovaa, kun pääs nyt vihdoinkin.
Jack, before we head downstairs, we have to talk about something.
Oh, you wanna talk about our future?
Okay, what's up?
It's about the plan.
Together, maybe?
If Amaral gets the machine working...
We go back to yesterday and undo all of this.
Listen. In the video Will left for me, he said the countermeasure was stolen from his workshop on July 4th, 2010. He also said I took it. Maybe I did, Jack. We have a time machine.
You're saying we go to 2010. We steal it.
If Will was right, that would mean it wouldn't be a change. We take the countermeasure, bring it to the present, fix the fracture, save the world.
Okay. Explain to me why that's a better plan than just going back to yesterday and preventing all this from happening in the first place.
Because I'm afraid that based on what I know about time travel, we can't change anything. The past has already happened. We can't change it. But my way, we don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my plan still feels simpler. Let's just get the machine working.
Bet's 2010 plan. Bet charts and plans for the plan. Pet's 2010 plan. Pet starts and plans for the plan to travel to 2010 and steal the plan to plan the countermeasures plan. Yes. Wow, mikä speedi. Ui. Oh yeah, we have a Schrödinger. A Schrödinger, first a chrononaut. No, toivottavasti muuten Schrödinger tulee ja onkin koko pelin sankari sit lopussa. Ne olikin avain tähän kaikkeen. Odotas petti vähän, minä nappasin tuon tosta.
Let's see how Dr. Amaral's doing with the time machine.
Yeah.
Vaan. No, sorry. Mä olisin kyllä vielä puhunut sunkaan, mutta puhun vielä.
I don't think we can trust her.
Okay.
The way she looked at the countermeasure like she's seen it before, she knows what it does.
You think Will told her about it?
No. Will was never the kind to open up.
I can relate.
Will takes it to the next level. When we were kids, the only way that Will could express anything important to me was by informing my stuffed giraffe when I was in the room.
It's precious. And weird.
Tapansa jokaisella kai. Eikö tässä ollut mitään kävelynappi? Ai on. Caps lock. Selvä. Onks tänne tullut mitään? Ei. Tyhjää täynnä. Turha reissu. Alrighty. Tiedossa jotain.
I'm not sure. I'll go check.
Odottakaa nyt pieni hetkinen, älkää alko niin hätäisiä aina.
Jack, you've got to see this.
Well, what do you have for me?
Shouldn't you be keeping an eye on Amaral?
Niinpä.
Okay, but first, you need to check out the intel I uncovered.
All right. What is all this?
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station.
Probably see how Dr. Amaral's doing.
I also found a video of your brother. It's on that TV. You're gonna want to see it. Everything else I printed out and put on tables over there.
Okay. What up, Will?
Okay. The date is... It's February 28th,
Jesus, Will.
1999. William Joyce. All right. After months of arduous work, my machine is finally ready for human testing. Ready is defined by me, since ready is obviously a relative term when you're dealing with the deformation of the chronon field and recreating of black holes' mass density by tangent. Okay, in short summary, I built a time machine, and it works. I'm gonna prove it, or die. Okay, just need to make some final preparations. When I enter the machine, I will travel clockwise around the corridor. Okay, core is active, chronon levels are stable. I'll travel clockwise around the corridor, exiting back into the same location in the near future. Oh, this clock is set to my watch. Now, when I exit the machine, there should be a significant difference in time between my watch and the clock in this room. Corridor is locked in place. Okay, setting the date to 5 minutes to the future for the first test. Now, admittedly, traveling to the past would be much more impressive, but I can travel backwards in time only as far as the first activation of the machine's core, which is, well, now. Okay, machine's ready. Monitor is stable. What I'm about to do is gonna change the very fabric of I don't remember.
Ammuttiinko sitä? Saako se sydänkohtauksen? Miten?
What's on the computer?
Monarch files I uploaded, and I kept the juiciest stuff on screen for you.
Oh, well, thank you. From Tohtori Amaral, Dream Journal 5. Okay. Dr. Porretta, I am at Paul Serene's most recent entry in his dream journal. I am growing increasingly concerned with the meaning behind these dreams, but I need a second opinion. I can treat Paul's sickness really as far as I can determine the Crohn's syndrome is more a metaphysical condition than an actual medical issue. But I'm a physicist. I'm very much out of my depth with all of this. This exercise was meant to help alleviate stress to ease Paul's symptoms, but so far it has resulted in the opposite. Time is of the essence. His condition is getting worse by the day. Dr. Tohtori Amaral, head of research. Tää on sen Paulin kirjoittama. My fifth entry. I recall moving through a wheat field that once belonged to my grandparents. I pressed the wheat stalks to the side with my hands, softly sifting through them at first, but as I pressed forward, the stalks began to warp and curl around my arms, providing resistance to my every move. The entire field began to solidify into an unbreakable material, with my body entangled in the mess. I desperately tried to pull myself free, but every movement led to a burning sensation. The world desaturated. Time stopped. I heard the unmistakable sound of my greatest fear approaching. Sifters. They emerged from all sides surrounding me. I looked into the distance and saw a blurry figure approaching. He tried to yell, but the words wouldn't escape his throat, instead transforming into an endless shriek pulsing through my ears. His every movement and sound transformed into an agonizing discomfort all throughout my body until it became completely unbearable. The pain trumped logic. I needed to make it stop. I needed to make it all stop. I grew violent, blindly lashing out at the figure, tearing him apart. I needed to destroy the source of motion and sound that caused me such discomfort. The pain stopped as I took the figure's life, and as he died, his identity became clear. It was me. I had become the very threat I once feared, but I did not fear anymore. I felt something very clear, very pure. I turned around to discover Jack behind me. He didn't move, but I could somehow understand his intent. He welcomed me. Every misunderstanding, all the pain we had caused one another was forgotten. We were part of a higher consciousness. I heard a voice behind me, Dr. Kim. He joined us. He told me that time was once the fire in which we burned. He told me we would burn no more. Tuleekaan tarkoittaa sitä, että Dr. Kim, kun sehän on sifteri. Paulista on tulossa sifteri. Niin onko Jackistakin tulossa sifteri? Me kuitenkin ollaan ns. Infektoituneita siitä Krononista.
In full force. There's an entire webpage dedicated to potential
Wow, oma blogi.
sightings. So I've been filling it in with false leads.
Reddit-foorumi siellä.
Do you want to pitch in?
r/Jack Joyce.
Post that I was spotted in the back of a catering van somewhere.
You can do better than that. But okay, I'll let them know.
Okei, mitäs petti?
Was that Paul?
That's how he arrived in the past.
How's that possible? It wasn't even the same time machine he entered at the university.
That's one question I still don't have an answer for.
Ei se oikeastaan mennyt minkään sisään, se vaan painoi nappia ja se ilmeisesti vaan alkoi toimimaan. No, nythän annetaan paljon toi ekstra tieto.
Serene's original manifesto for Monarch.
They had us practically memorize this.
Aha.
He actually believes he's doing the right thing.
It's because he doesn't think the fracture can be stopped. And he's wrong.
Mutta entäs me ollaan ne, jotka ollaankin väärässä. Ootko mennyt sitten? Monarch Solutions 3-phase plan. 3-phase plan, table of contents. Phase 1, building an empire. Build the empire. February 28, 1999 to July 4, 2010. Formation of Monarch Solution, lucrative investments, global expansion, employee recruitment. Phase 2, preparing for the future. July 15, 2010 to October 2016. Ground Zero buyout, CFR preparation, chronotech development, and militarization. Phase 3, the Lifeboat Protocol, October 9, 2016 to end of time. Time Machine Core heist. Chronotech rollout. Remove threat to Lifeboat Protocol. Initiate Lifeboat Protocol. Yes. Mission statement by Paul Serene, 1999. Limited distribution for approved employees only. I have seen the path and I know it will be hard. I have founded Monarch Solutions to bring together those who will walk it with me. The elite few whose skill, dedication and passion will live on when everything else ends. To that end, 1. We will work under my guiding vision of the future. Dictatori, my knowledge of what is coming. We accept that we cannot change our fate, nor can we avoid it. It is a harsh truth, but it is the truth. We will accept it and its full implications, but we will not deviate from our course, nor give in to despair, nor give up the fight. Those of us who share in this knowledge, who learn the triumphs and tragedies of the days and years to come, will look past them and find ways to turn them to our advantage. The grey, uncertain area beyond what is known will be where we build our empire, and we build it on the hope that we can persevere, that the end isn't our end, that we can still succeed. 2. We will expand Monarch's influence and power in all possible spheres: financial, political, cultural, medical, technological, military, to the best of our ability. This is a goal unto itself. We will need to be in a position of exceptional resources and ability to act when the time comes. We will build, we will seek success and profit, not for the sake of wealth and fame, but for the sake of preparedness. Preparedness. 3. We will develop science and technology to counter a very specific set of circumstances. This will require extensive research and experimentation, as well as tremendous financial cost. We will not be daunted by these challenges. We will complete our work. 4. We will not compromise. We recognize that sacrifice is required, and we are willing to pay the cost to meet our goals. There is no alternative to this. Doubt, qualms, and sentiment are luxuries we cannot afford. Whatever we have to do is a lesser evil than the extinction of the entire human race, and to pretend otherwise is weakness. Nothing in the history of our planet has been as important as this. Nothing we have accomplished as a species matters if we fail in our mission. 5. We will not fail. There will be many challenges in the years ahead. I know what's coming. It can't be averted. There's no escaping it. But we can survive it, and we can overcome it. And we will. I am dedicating myself, this company, and every shred of willpower at my disposal to that mission. I expect the same from those who join me on it. Paul Serene. Hienoja sanoja kyllä, että ja kova luotto.
The lifeboat.
Elämän vene.
Far sooner than they were supposed to.
What does that mean?
Means we have less time than I
Aika. Ehkä aika alkaakin kulkee vähän nopeammin. On the unique nature of the lifeboat. Tohtori Amaral 2016. While the lifeboat protocol is fairly straightforward on the surface, it is important that the people involved with the project understand how it radically differs from other survival scenarios against so-called apocalyptic threats. Vasta paljon tekstiä. Stutter-proofing. The traditional bunker built to protect the occupants from an environmental hazard, e.g. chemical attack or nuclear fallout, is typically sealed airtight, and the occupants have their own electricity, air supply provisions, etc. The bunker's interior is isolated from the outside environment, but the lifeboat's design is different. It is not actually sealed because it doesn't have to be. It does have strong walls and protected access points, but the outside environment is not the problem. It's the lack of Joyce field that enables time to exist that makes the outside hazardous. From a technological standpoint, these differences make the lifeboat's operating principle quite different, particularly with regards to maintenance. Compared to, say, the failure of the life support system in a hermetically sealed survival space such as bunker, the failure of the lifeboat's stutter-proofing system has a far more immediate and grave effects. A traditional life support system can be prepared. For instance, a failure in the CO2 scrubbers would pose a significant threat, but with replacement parts and tools, properly trained occupants could easily repair the system before they would feel any ill effects. In fact, almost any mechanical failure short of a full-scale environmental breach can be fixed as long as suitable repair materials and trained personnel are at hand. Pitää kieltää pyörrittä. But by its very nature, stutter-proofing is different. If it fails, everybody within its area of effect is immediately affected by the zero state and becomes frozen. In a permanent zero state scenario, that means they would have no opportunity to ever effect repairs. There's literally no time to react. The only exception would be personnel wearing an activated chronon harness, such as Striker's suit. But given that repairing the stutter-proofing system is a highly technical or complicated process, requiring an exceptional proficiency in the operation and engineering of chronon technology, this would be a scenario with a low probability of success. It is therefore of utmost importance that the lifeboat stutter-proofing... Mikä on stuffer? Mikä on stuffer? Stutter-proofing operates reliably and without faults, with multiple fail-safe systems, because if it ever fails, it's unlikely that it can be repaired or restarted. Accordingly, once the lifeboat protocol has been activated, there's no real way to deactivate it, other than removing the chronon field regulator. This would be highly inadvisable, as doing so could not only disrupt the stutter-proofing, but most importantly, without the CFR, the lifeboat rate of chronon particle consumption is increased by a vast margin, effectively reducing its potential operating time to a fraction of what is intended. Unique advantages and risks. However, it's worth pointing out that even though the lifeboat operation has unique hazards, there are also unique advantages. One such advantage is provisions. A traditional survival scenario in a bunker typically involves a poor quality of meals due to obvious resourcing problems. Anything that spoils easily is out of the questions. Nyt sitä hernekeittoa ja nötköttiin. In a zero-state scenario, however, spoilage becomes a non-issue. Anything stored outside the stutter-proof area remains in perfect condition, koska mikään ei periaatteessa vanhene. This advantage doesn't only apply to comestibles, but also makes the stories of medicine, volatile chemicals, and other similar articles far less of a problem than it otherwise would be. Toisi aika cool. Niiden pitäisi kehittää tämmönen niinku zero-state jääkaappeihin. Just kaikkeen ruokaboksiin, ei koskaan missä vaanaksi. Aika kova. In fact, given the fact that the city of Airport is vast compared to the relatively small number of people residing in the lifeboat, in theory, Monarch operates could venture outside the lifeboat in chronon harnesses and actually enjoy freshly cooked meals simply by entering a restaurant and finding the ready-made dishes that have been prepared, remove them from the zero state to a stutter-proofed area and enjoy them as hot and delicious as if they had been just prepared, which in fact They of course would be. Okei, heillä oli ihan samat ajatukset kuin great minds think alike. To be clear, this is not a recommended activity, as it would be a foolish waste of resources to go after individual meals like that. The above scenario is mentioned here merely to illustrate the point. Even though the lifeboat has been designed to operate for decades of subjective time, it doesn't actually need provisions for that long. If the lifeboat's own reserves start to run low, a well-planned supply run into the city could easily result in a great deal of perfectly preserved supplies. Another advantage is that while the situation outside the lifeboat would be dire, people frozen in the zero state would not actually be dead. If a solution is found to the end of time scenario, everybody would resume their everyday lives, most likely with no awareness of time ever having stopped. However, it's hard to know what the exact psychological impact of that knowledge on lifeboat personnel will be. Ja toisaalta vaikuttaako se serostetti mitenkään ihmisiin, jos vaikka sanotaan, että olisi vuosia? Tai onko se vähän niin kuin joku, jos jäädytettäisiin ihminen ja se heräisi vaikka 10 vuoden päästä? Koska siis jäädytyksessään keho varmaan käyttää jossain määrin resursseja. Ehkä, epäilisin. Vai käyttäisikö se? Että voit sä periaatteessa kuolla sen aikana, niin kuin esimerkiksi jossain jäädytyksessä, mikä cryosleep se onkaan, niin sellaisen, niin pystyisi periaatteessa myös kuolleet seroon. No aika toisaalta ei mene eteenpäin tässä tilanteessa, joten et varma. Sä olet ihan niin kuin mitä ei olisi tapahtunut. There's a real concern that the pressure of knowing that they have solely responsibility for the survival of the human race and that there are billions of people outside of the walls of the lifeboat, helpless and aware, frozen eternally in that last moment, may prove to be crushing for some. On the other hand, knowing that their loved ones are actually not dead and may be saved and are not in any distress or indeed even aware of the situation may prove to be a powerful motivating factor that help us eventually resolve the situation. Of course, the solution to the problem of a permanent zero state is not currently within our reach, and we expect that finding one will take subjective decades if it is indeed possible. We can but try. It's worth noting that since the people outside lifeboat are indeed not dead, merely stopped, it should be possible for a team of personnel wearing chronon harness to exit the lifeboat, retrieve a person and bring them into the lifeboat. Mutta lifeboatilla oli vain tietyn verran tilaa, muistakaa se. However, I advise against adopting this practice for the occupants that should forever remain a theoretical scenario. Any situation in which somebody is brought in from the outside would cause undue stress on the occupants, who would at that point have to become acutely aware that their loved ones could be brought in. But since the lifeboat has limited space, this could never be allowed. That kind of psychological pressure would likely lead to friction and questions of favoritism and ultimately increase the risk mission failure. Hommat on mietitty noin tarkkaan. Tuossa on ihan hauska myös miettiä se niinkin sillenkin, että jonkun on pitänyt oikeasti miettiä nämä asiat, niin kuin mä tarkoitan pelin kehittäjän. Kirjoittajana, niin kuitenkin kirjoittaa nämä kaikki ylös ja ideoida ja miettiä, että käykö se miten hyvin järkeä.
Anybody here we can trust?
Paljon ajatusta mennyt tähän peliin kyllä, mutta niinhän se menee kaikkiin peleihin.
What about this Burke guy? He was under arrest in the same transport as me.
Minekäs Burke muuten joutui edes? Morgan Charles, head of Monarch, Paul Serene, creator of Monarch, believes End of Time Inevitable is building a survival program for select few. Division leads, Martin Hatch, Monarch spokesperson, head of security and PR, Serensky advisor. Working against Serene? Tohtori Amaral, head of research, specialist in chronon technology, only doctor trained to administer Serene's treatment, intimate relations with Serene. Dr. Henry Kim, previous head of research, deceased. Key Enforcers, Clarice Ogawa, Monarch Dispatcher, Clarice, yes. Monarch Dispatcher Allegiance to Martin Hatch working against Shireen Gibson, Head of Security, Monarch Enforcer deceased. Gibson. Saattapi olla. Carlos. No Carlos ainakin deceased. Leader of Reaper Squad, loyal to Martin Hatch, deceased. Potential allies within Monarch Fiona Mila. Chronon Researcher, confirmed ally. Working with Beth from inside. Lionberg Monarch Fixer. Has questioned Monarch agenda extensively. Deemed Monarch a traitor for assisting in Jack's escape. Charlie Wingo, the Monarchy hacker. History of allegiance to Martin Hatch. Currently loyalty unknown. Dick. Olipa nyt kiva siis sanottu. Okay, lifeboat document memo controlling the riverport situation from Clarice Ogawa to field team leads. I know the situation is fluid and things are progressing fast, but I want to reiterate our strategy for maintaining control over the city of Riverport. As you all know, we can't actually directly control the city. We don't have the manpower and we don't have the actual authority. It's therefore vital that we maintain a good relationship with the media and the local authorities and have them do much of the heavy lifting for us. Ideally, everything we do should be either undertaken by the authorities under our discreet direction or in cases where we take action ourselves backed by the powers that be, creating the illusion that Monarch Solution is working in cooperation with legal authorities. Make no mistake, although we've been successful thus far, the situation is not stable and it can change quickly. If key parties in the city lose confidence in us and our ability to handle the crisis, our control will erode very quickly. Therefore, we must nurture this relationship even as we conduct our own operations, some of which involves considerable troop mobilization and combat action. This is a constant balancing act, and while I'm confident we can pull it off, there's no room for error. We can't afford to grow complacent and sloppy. Fortunately, we are well prepared for this contingency. Long before we reached this point, we established a good rapport with the mayor, Riverport PD, and other major authorities within Riverport, as well as most of the important media outlets. Our strategy is twofold. 1. Maintain control. It's imperative that we ensure that the city's various power structures remain under our control. This means maintaining a close relationship with numerous individuals and organizations, as well as manipulating the information at their disposal. You goddamn manipulators. While Charlie Wincott is unfortunately no longer working on this process due to unforeseen complications, he has set up powerful tools and procedures for scrubbing the internet and identifying and locating problematic situations and individuals. We are stationing people in key locations and maintaining control of their, often under the guise of advisors and consultants, to people in power. They are ready to step in as required. Anybody working in these roles needs to be proactive and project a constant aura of helpful authority and dependability. Diplomacy is the order of the day, people. That's vital for maintaining certain fictions, such as Jack Joyce's culpability in the events at the university, etc. 2. Minimize conflict. That is to say, make sure that individuals, whether they are politicians, city officials, police officers, reporters, ordinary citizens, etc., suffer a minimal impact from our activities. If we have to use force, the situation needs to take place out of sight and remain entirely contained. Whether containment means misdirection, coercion, intimidation, bribery, or some other means depends on the circumstances, but it's vital that nobody is left in a position to complain. To be explicitly clear, this doesn't mean we can eliminate witnesses and cover it up. this doesn't mean we... Niin, kyllä. When people don't come home, others start to ask questions, so that has to be last resort. I expect all supervisors to monitor their teams closely to ensure things stay on an even keel. I know most of our operatives haven't been trained in the soft touch, and I'll be blunt. The last thing we need is somebody thinking this is Afghanistan and smacking a civilian around. We are one YouTube video away from this whole thing blowing up in our faces, so we have to maintain our operational profile throughout. Hauska, että ne on ottanut hyvin tälleen niinku moderneita asioita tässä huomioon, kuten just joku YouTube-yöväs. For all of these activities, we have a considerable budget. Monarch Solution is very well off. We've been building resources for a long time, and this is considered a priority. So we can buy a lot of science and cooperation from authorities and citizens alike. But it only works as long as those things are for sale. And the moment we are seen as threat, that opportunity will disappear. If you see a problem, be proactive and call it in. Don't let anything run out of control or think it'll work itself out. We have to be sure the situation can unravel faster than we think, and we have to coordinate our activities properly. Any questions or concerns, please contact me sooner rather than later.
Hey, Amy. What am I looking at here?
I've been recording Monarch communications with the radio that Beth left me. I made a compilation of anything that seemed like it might be useful.
Okay. Transcript of Monarch Communications, com 1032. Unknown Monarch personnel, HQ, come in. Nyt lähtikin tästä. HQ, come in. This is First Aid 1. We got a situation here at the hospital. Over. Go ahead. First Aid 1. Over. It's a fucking mess down here, HQ. Purkke showed up for his wife like we thought. Gibson intercepted him. Purkke wouldn't come quietly, so Gibson drew on him and, well, Gibson's dead. Purkke strangled him with a power cord in a full sight of half the hospital. So, that kind of shit show. Over. Do you have the situation contained? Where's Purkke now? Over. We are working the scene and wiped the footage, but Gibson didn't have backup, so who knows how many people saw the fight, or where they are now. Same goes for Purkke. He's in the wind, so his wife. Over. Copy that. Copy that. First Aid 1. We'll run with that on our end. Just tidy things up over there. Over and out. Kiva. Missä täällä on vielä tekstiä? Siinä oli 9/12. Nyt ne tekstit tänne. Tämä on visuaalinen novelli. Mikä pitää mennä? Tuonne. Siellä on kilahvi.
No use going there before talking to Dr. Amaral.
Well, fuck you. Tuolla ylhäällä olisi ollut jotain näköjään. Vai onko se se ovi? Tämä tuntuu Eikö siellä ole jotain kuvia? Pääs mä vielä käymään tuolla. Tää vähän tuntuu alun lopulta. Keskimmäisen menolta ja kaikkea muuta siltä väliltä. Koska tässä nyt annetaan tämmönen kunnon niinku lore-dumppi. Ei tässä oli tää. Vaan luin, eikös joo? Kyllä. Mikäs tässä oli? Käydään nyt nää läpi. Yep.
Potential ally?
En tiedä. Martin has what we know. Facts gathered by Fiona Miller so far. Joined Monarch 2001, became Syrin's chief advisor around 2007. No records before 2001. Who was he? Where did he come from? Working against Monarch. Possible links to the following. Death of Dr. Kim unconfirmed. Alone with Dr. Kim at the time of death. Death occurred just as Kim was on verge of a solution to Serene's time sickness. University time machine sabotage unconfirmed. Miscalculation on purpose had seen in lab. Assistance in Sophia's kidnapping confirmed. Distracted Monarch while kidnapping occurred. Knew we were coming, did not alert Serene. Destruction of Serene's remaining sickness treatments unconfirmed. Was present outside Dr. Kim's lab when lab was destroyed. Accused Sophia of being responsible for this. Help Charlie Bingo escape confirmed. Currently helping Charlie reach Monarch Tower undetected. Disobeyed direct orders from Paul Serene. Once access to CFR potentially desired to sabotage lifeboat protocol. Sabotaging Serene. Motive. Secretly assuring Serene's downfall. Wants to take over Monarch. Why? Sabotaging Monarch's survival plan from within. No possible reason for this. Doesn't believe countermeasures could stop Fracture. Not a potential ally. Work for Monarch therefore believes end of time is inevitable. Then why attempt to sabotage lifeboat protocol? Nobody knows. Only Martin Hatch knows the truth behind his own actions. Tai ainakin epäilisin näin. Blinding lights. No niin, amiraali. Minkälainen tilanne meillä täällä näyttäisi olevan?
How's it look?
The problem is quite simple, really.
Oho,
The power relay is down.
asiantuntija.
You'll need to find a way to reset it up. There, where the light is. I'll lower the ladder for you. A power surge occurred at 7 a.m. this morning, when the machine was activated.
7 a.m. That's hours before we even got here.
Well, the numbers don't lie.
Okay, I guess I'm doing some climbing.
Sure. Saves me from volunteering.
No problem. Pääinkö mä nyt mene sinne? Sinne. Mennään mä hyppäämään. Minä haluan tuon. Kiitos. Sinne oven taakse.
What we got here?
Käytäs testaamassa.
Jack. Hi. It's Will. I guess you're in Thailand by now. I'm not sure if you even still use this number. I don't like how we left things. I've been under a lot of pressure. There's some things I should tell you. I'd like to make it right. Just call me, okay? Please.
Sorry, Will. I never picked up my phone. Vaikka tästä? Ei. Oletko sanonut, että piti eka puhua sille Amaralille, mutta pitääkö mun tehdä tääkin eka valmiiksi? No niin! Mä ehkä skippasin jotain, mutta no. Ainatenkaan ei voi... No pysty.
You've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
This is all my stuff from our family home. Kept everything.
Guess you thought you might come back.
Sano sä mitään näistä?
Yep. Will's personal psychiatrist. Want to give it a try?
I think that giraffe's holding enough baggage.
Hehe. Ai tulit siihen?
My artsy rebel phase.
Complete with a very rebellious how-to guide.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted to try this, actually. Never had the time.
Mikäkään kirja tuo?
Jack? You okay?
Yeah.
Sitä ei voi pyöritellä. Hyvä tommonen tapittava katse Williamilla. Kyllä. I know things that you don't.
What's wrong?
Olisi tämä nyt vaikuttanut mitenkään siihen, koska mä en mennyt sinne Time Machinein luo.
That's my signature.
Sä oot tehnyt nämä.
I've never even been here before.
That woman in the picture is you, isn't it? So,
Jack, there's something you should know. 1999. I was 8 years old, playing in my backyard, and a woman approached me, told me she was from the future. She gave me very specific details of events that would come to pass. She gave me
Mitä
this,
tapahit itses?
filled with dates, events, proof of it all. Jack, that woman,
it was you.
everything I told myself would happen, did. Every detail, for better or worse, came to pass, and couldn't be changed. Our fate is laid out before us, Jack. Everything that happened to get us here, every sacrifice that was made, they're all a part of this path. And they can't be changed or undone.
Beth.
When we step in that time machine, you will see for yourself.
All right. If you're that sure about how all this works, we can try it your way.
Hmm. Missä se piippailee? Mitenkään tää nyt niinku toimii?
Notebook was full of dates, events that would come to pass, instructions. Her entire existence was formed out of those pages.
Oh my freaking god. No, kai mä luen tän. Pet's notebook. Bet, I know that this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, it's not every day you meet your future self. I'd tell you that you need to keep this all a secret, but I know you won't listen. You'll learn that lesson the hard way. The next few years won't be easy for you. Nobody you know is ever going to understand that what you are going through. Those closest to you will try to change you, convince you that you are losing your mind. You are not. You are special. You have been chosen to do something amazing. Know that your struggles will all be worth it in the end because you have a purpose. You are going to save the world. How do I know? I've been through this all before, and I'm going to prove it. Below you will find a list of events that will come to pass in the future. They cannot be changed or undone. It will take time for you to accept this, but eventually you will learn to use this knowledge to your advantage. You will be prepared for what is coming. October 3rd, 2000. Derek Stevenson has been bullying you for months. On October 3rd, you will push him down the staircase at school. You'll do everything in your power to resist this, partly to avoid the consequences, partly to prove this book wrong. But the terrible things he will say in that moment will be too much for you to handle. He'll pretend to cry, claim that you gave him a concussion, and you'll take all the blame. You will be transferred to another school. You'll hope things will get better. They won't. It's going to be a difficult year. Whenever you feel helpless, just remember this book. You are special. You have a purpose that they don't. Hold on to that. And if it makes you feel better, 16 years from now, Derek will be working at a dollar store. He still lives with his mom. December 3rd, 2000. Mr. Hartsuk from the next door will pass away. February 3rd, 2001. The kids at school will steal your jacket. Your parents will claim that you are hiding it on purpose so that they will buy you a new one. Look in the bin on the corner of 3rd and Main. You will find something that will get you through the winter. You'll be teased for wearing it by wearing it by Michelle. You'll fight back, but it will only make things worse. Eventually, when you are able to contain your anger, take her aside and say the following to her. I'm sorry about your mom. Then give her a hug. Oh. She will push you away. She will look incredibly confused, vulnerable. She will never tease you again. April 24, 2001. Erika, your best friend, will break her arm. Having read this, you will do everything in your power to prevent this. The actions you take to avoid this from happening will only make it so. This is the first time you will truly witness that your fate is already determined. It cannot be changed. Erika will blame you for the incident. Try not to take this to heart. You will soon discover that she isn't the friend you thought she was. Stay strong. You will find people who respect you for who you are very soon. August 5th, 2001. You will take the night bus home. There will be only one other passenger on board, a scruffy-looking kid with a black eye. His name is Jack Joyce. Remember his face. He's going to become important down the line. September 11, 2001. This is the one that will change you. An event will occur that will devastate the entire nation. An act of terrorism will cause the World Trade Centers to collapse. Thousands will die. I won't go into further details because the more you know, the more painful it will become when you are unable to prevent it. And you will try to prevent it. You will fail. You will curse this book for not telling you more. You will curse yourself for not being able to stop it. It will take a long time to get over this, but eventually you will use this pain to fuel your path forward. You are now felt what it is to be completely unprepared for what is coming. It won't happen again. Next time you will be ready. This is the event that will finally make you believe. Any doubts you had will disappear. You are ready to take on this mission. So what is coming? October 8, 2016. An experiment gone wrong will cause time to break down. This event will be referred to as a fracture in time. The onset of this event cannot be prevented, but the outcome must be. If the fracture is not stopped, time itself will come to an end. Life on our planet will end. Saving the world wasn't an overstatement. It is your mission. You must stop the fracture. You can pull this off, but to do so you need to follow some simple instructions. Learn who to trust. Short answer, nobody. The less people know about you, the safer you will be. From this point forward, your mission takes priority over every other aspect of your life. Do not start a relationship of any kind that you aren't willing to leave behind at a moment's notice. There is one exception to this rule. We'll get to that. Know your enemy. Monarch solutions. They will try to prevent you from achieving your goal. Learn everything you can about them. You will know the best way to achieve this when the time is right. Monarch is run by a man named Paul Serene. You must never be seen by Paul Serene. If he discovers you, then you will risk failing your mission. Learn everything you can about him. Remain hidden, but keep in mind that the best place to hide is often in plain sight. Blend in. Change your appearance frequently. Hair color, clothing style, everything. Be cautious about drawing attention to yourself. Learn to blend in. Examine those around you. The way they move, speak, laugh, copy them. Become your surroundings. Train daily. There are a series of skills you will need to master to truly be prepared. Hand-to-hand combat. Filipino Kali and Cheat Kunedo. Weapons training. Knives, pistols, shotgun, rifles, wilderness survival. Compartmentalization, lip reading, face reading. Tämä kuulostaa oikein agentilta. The list is one that you will build as you go. In time you will understand what is necessary and what isn't. Don't rush yourself. Start with gymnastics. Study your target. Jack Joyce. He is the one person who can help you with your mission. He is the exception to rule 1. You can trust him. Learn what you can about Jack. Study him from afar, but do not approach him directly. You aren't the only one watching him. On October 9, 2016, you will rescue Jack Joyce. From there, the next steps will reveal themselves. Be patient with him. He's stubborn, reckless, naive, but you can't do this without him. And he has his moments. He's much smarter than he seems at first. Don't mistake grief for stupidity. Study your objective. The countermeasure. This is the device that was built to stop the fracture in time. This is your objective. Find the countermeasure and use it to stop the fracture. Achieve this and the world will be saved. The device was built by Jack's brother, Dr. William Joyce. Any attempt to contact William or find the countermeasure before the onset of the fracture will be in vain. Wait, Jack will show you the way. Retrieving the countermeasure will not be a simple task. It will involve great hardships and sacrifice. When the time comes, you will be ready for this. When you first read this, it won't make much sense to you. Over time, you will believe every word, but you will feel underprepared. You will wish that I had told you everything. I promise you that what is written here is everything you will need in order to get you where you need to be. I know this, because I'm already there. Chin up, Toto. You are going to achieve amazing things. You. Toto. Tupa joku lempinimi. Interesting. Oliko Natsi tänne oven sisältä ja katso toisella puolella? Mene pois, Vision.
It's her. She's the one who's been painting all over the city. Jesus.
Jesus. Jaa. Se on jättänyt tommosia verkkejä ympäriinsä. Petti onkin tämän tarinan päähenkilö. Sinnepäin pitäisi mennä, mutta mikäs tää sitten on? Okei. Okay. Ei se varmaan kussu tää homma.
Looks climbable.
Looks very bright. Jaa. No. Let's go parkourin. Eli räm.
That's exactly the kind of question that never would have entered Will's mind while building this thing. Hey, I think I can get to the reset from here.
Of course.
Still getting used to that.
Don't expect to.
Niin Petillä on varmaan noin tuolla vaatteiden alla se harnessi.
It's easier said than done.
No pressure.
Niinpä. Jap.
So red turned into green. The other side of the machine, tuoko tuolla? Jaa, tonne päin pitäisi päästä. Okei, otat men täältä vai? Niin tästä pääsee tänne alas, joo. Kyllä, kyllä. Tässä pääsee alas. Tässä pääsee ylös. All right, all lights are green.
Yeah. We are doing good. Ja sittenkö vaan aktivoidaan koko light. Tästä vuoro. Ja hopsansa. Ei kun päällä. This may actually work. Tämä on kiva tieto.
Okay, we're doing this. I'll set the date into the console.
Mennäänkö me 99 vuoteen vai? Onko kellään mitään viimeisiä sanoja? Vanko kaikki sanottu? Ei, tulepas sinäkin siltä tänne todistamaan tätä mahtavaa hetkeä. No niin, me olemme tulleet pitkän matkan tänne, mutta on vihdoin aika mennä takaisin tulevaisuuteen.
July 4th,
Ehkä,
2010.
jos kaikki toimii.
Are you ready?
No. Are you?
No.
No.
Okay.
Eikä teet tänne. Mitä asiat lopukas sitten olisi?
Keep an eye on Amaral while we're gone.
I'll make sure Sophia doesn't go anywhere while you're gone. Just be careful in there, okay? That machine hasn't been used in years.
I will. See you soon.
Ei, se tulee menee ihan hyvin. Ei mitään huolta.
This is it. There's no turning back.
Hey, wait!
What did you do? That was the wrong door.
You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire plan at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on
Voi vitsi, mikä kaveri.
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
Okay. I'm gonna follow through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
I will. You just take care of yourself, Jack. Okay?
Well. Sinne jäi tietokone ja... Kiitti. Apua. Hienolta näyttää. And we are auto.
Your first journey back in time, 2010. This is where our notes get hazy.
You know how it ended.
Your goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.
Really? You wasn't alone. Mutta tää tarkoittaa sitä, että tää laite toimii. Cool. Ja itse asiassa mun mielestä meidän olisi hyvä jättää tämän kerran jakso tähän. Koska me päästiin ajassa taaksepäin, mut Petti ilmeisesti päätyi jonnekin muualle. Ei tiedä minnekään. Mutta ehkä me voidaan pelastaa hänet tai jotain. En tiedä mikä suunnitelma Jackillä tässä on, mutta se monesti selviää ensi jaksossa. Joten hei, ei kun vaan iso kiitos sulle, että katsoit tämän videon ja olit minun seurani täällä tänään. Me tulemme näkemään sitten seuraavan kerran isolla todennäköisyydellä Quantum Breakin parissa ja nähdään minnekä tie meidät viepi sitten Jackin kanssa ensi kerralla. Eikö vaan iso kiitos sulle ja me nähdään ensi videossa. Se on moro moro!